Welcome back to FloTrack, everyone. Kevin Sully here with Carl Lewis to break down another race. Carl, we're going to look at Olympic champion Marcell Jacobs, one of his races from last year. Not many people are probably paying attention to Marcell Jacobs during the indoor season. Perhaps we should have. It's a 6-meter at Liven, France. I'll hit play, and you tell me what you see.
Well, if I look here, we can stop. We can go back right away. When we go here, if you look at his body position, you see his head is in line with his body. You see his shoulders are directly over his hands. He's not leaning over the line. Mm-hmm. You see others, they're leaning over the line. So therefore, the more you lean over the line, the less pressure you can put on the block. That's like going up on your toes and trying to jump straight up. So he does have that. And so the next thing you want to do is make sure you swing that back arm. So if you go, watch this, and you don't rush it. You see, all right, here we go. Now, his head stays in his body position, right? But watch the back arm swing. See that? See how high his arm is? Mm-hmm. Compared, now his is high in lane 8, but guess what? His head's down, so his shoulders are down. But you see, Jacob's arm was the highest. His head is in position with his body. See there? Right in line with his body. He's not looking down. You see there? Right there, he's already just about up. Now, let's just keep going. You see, he's up. And that's the difference. Now, all of a sudden, here again, it's back to that simple little thing, momentum. So you swing the back arm so that allows you to keep your foot on the front block longer to create more power off that block, and then you push off the back block. Because your back block is like the back swing in a baseball or in a throw. So you can't shorten that. You have to push off the back block as well. So the thing is that he just simply did simple things. He kept his shoulders over his hands. He kept his head in body position. He swung the back arm, and he used power to get out. And that's what got him to the lead, and that's why they couldn't catch him.
Mm-hmm. Usually with these 60-meter races, we just jump on whoever gets out of the blocks first, and we look at the reaction time. Because Christian Coleman, obviously, a very good starter. Ronnie Baker, very good starter. He didn't blow everybody away at the start, but he managed to just pull away almost methodically.
Well, remember, you're only running full speed for 10 meters. Mm-hmm. So you see, so it's not about who gets out first. He put himself in a position to be there. So if you go back, see, watch his steps, boom, boom. See how slow his steps are compared to the others?
Yeah.
Look. So he's building momentum. And that's what it's about. It's about power. And he did a good job of that. So that's Mike Rogers. And see, Mike's still looking down. He's already up. See there? Mm-hmm. Hands up. Look at the hands coming up. Look at that. Look at that in the back.
Yeah.
Look at the difference.
Arm up way in the back there.
Elbow up, hand up in the front. Mike's hand is out. It's straighter in the back.
Straight up the back. Yeah, almost it's the patience, right?
Yeah.
You think 60 meters, we got to rush it, but you're saying
it's still
it demands
the same
more patience.
thing. Yeah, it's still the same thing.
Did you see similar things from him when you watched the Olympic race?
Well, I thought he ran the best. If you look at his times, you look at his race, and I'm going to give this observation of the Olympics because I watched that live, and that race was won in the semifinal. Because if you look at the semifinals, there were 3 of them. Well, the first one, Fred wins his heat. He runs his own race. He looked great. Mm-hmm. And he ran relaxed, and that's fine. Jacobs goes into that other race where the Chinese gentleman runs super fast with Ronnie Baker. Mm-hmm. Well, I knew then that Ronnie Baker was going to have some issues because that guy basically was in his brain. Yeah. And I knew that coming in. But let's look at this. Zarno Hughes ran really well. I said this guy's going to be right there at the end. But he false starts. Yeah. But he false starts. I think he's in lane 3. Mm-hmm. Jacobs is in lane 2, and then Fred's in lane 4, and then Chinese gentleman, and then Ronnie Baker. So when you really look at it, Jacobs was over there by himself. He didn't see anyone. He ran his own race. Fred had been confident all year. He ran his own race. Baker got caught up with the gentleman from China, and I knew he blew as wide in the semis. So let's just be real. So basically, a lot of things had to fall into place for him to win that race. But when it came down to it, the guys that ran the best through the rounds were first and second.
Mm-hmm. So the interesting mental component there too, not just the physical, the technical component.
Well, the technical, the mental, and also there's a little bit of luck. I mean, when you're sitting there with no one next to you, then you're not worried about it. And if you're in that race, when he came out of the blocks, he didn't have to worry about the Ronnie Baker or the Chinese gentleman next to him. He didn't have to worry about them. Mm-hmm. He just running, and I don't think he even saw them until towards the end of the race. So there's a big part. I mean, it was almost like it was set up, and then he took advantage of that and ran really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the not having anybody next to you, could that be a disadvantage for certain types of runners as well, not having someone to key off of?
Well, some people, but in reality, you want to run your own lane. I hear a lot, well, he didn't have anyone to run off of. That's just not true. You need to run your own race, and the ones that win the race run their own race. And so I always had a motto: if you win the heat, you win the meet. And so we ran fast heats. I didn't look around a lot unless I was way in the front or something. So I think that's what happened. He set the race up, and because he was way on the other side of the race, I think that allowed him to be more relaxed. So you'll have some people that think, oh, I need someone next to me.
Yeah.
But if you do, then you're not going to be totally successful at this level. You really have to run your own race. That's why the people that ran in their own lane got first and second.
Great insight. Thanks a lot, Carl.